Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and find our inner Brock and Michelle.
Or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or in this episode, we're going to go with Cody and Tommy Oliver from the Black Love Doc. Now, I know we did them before, y'all, but this is just to put honor and respect on their name because they done came back to Queen Oprah's channel for season 2.
Okay.
Now, I ain't watched it yet.
Me either.
But I know it's going to be beautiful. We're going to talk a little bit about it, but I know it's going to be good because it's just Black love, right?
Right.
First of all, I'm there for some of the couples they're interviewing. You know, I'm fascinated by Kirk and Tammy Franklin. Mm-hmm. I feel like they got a good history, a good story, and they ain't even telling us all the story.
I just seen a preview, and he's like, he was just going on with the hoes, and then she's like, no, you the hoe. I was like, what?
Oh, come on. Because, you know, Kirk Franklin had his little bout. Well, what was he called? He was addicted to porn or something like that?
Addicted to porn or something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he probably could have kept that to himself. But, you know, it's good for him to be out in the open. You know what? I take that back. No, he shouldn't have. Because maybe it wasn't in the normal radius, in that bell curve of how much porn you should be watching. You know what I'm saying? He might have been recording gospel music and going, and you know what I'm saying? It might have been excessive. And if that's so, he do need to bring that to the public because there's some men who are obsessed with that shit. And women. And, you know, any too much of anything is a bad thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not for it.
I said I agree.
We haven't had the conversation. We not had a conversation about like masturbation yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
Masturbation can be a form of self-care.
Just talking about masturbation is a form of self-care, not could be.
But excessive, right? That's anything. Too many face masks, too many spas, massage. Like it's too excessive, right? Mm-hmm. It's bad. So too much of anything is a bad thing, right?
I don't know if too much masturbation can ever be bad.
Yes, it is. Absolutely, it is. Please, Nero, don't encourage people.
What you talking about? These niggas grown.
Don't encourage people. No, because then they gonna be like, well, Nero, I'm gonna say this self-care. I'm a black man and I'm sad. No. It's a limit. We'll have an episode on that so we can unpack it because we can't just throw shit out there and be like masturbation a form of self-care.
What you talking about?
We ruining marriages and shit.
I was gonna say niggas out here fucking at a young age because I was reading an article that said blue balls is dead. Like the form of blue balls, like little boys going to the doctor and be like they nuts hurt, and the doctor being like, oh, he just got blue balls, he need to go let one loose.
Or maybe you old nigga, it's the invention of the internet.
That's what I said. Blue balls is dead. Niggas just handle it themselves.
No, or maybe people are just Googling, what does this mean? Instead of going to their mama or their doctor and being like, oh, this is what this means.
I like to go with my answer first.
You know, that's the black academic in me. Or maybe. All right, come on. You got anything to say about Cody and Tommy?
I love
They're fascinating. I want to know more about them.
You know, I think I'm gonna reach out to them. I'm gonna send them a tweet or something. See if them
don't reach
respond.
out tacky. Okay, do a tweet. Don't be coming at them crooked.
And see if they want to do an interview on Black Love Matters.
Okay, that might be fun.
Yeah.
Or if they want to answer a question, you know, they right in the middle of their shit now. We should have asked them a little before or after.
What you talking about? The episodes are done. They ain't just
but they're doing press.
I know. Hell, this is press. We got people. We got a platform. People like us. Do.
We got over what? 100,000?
Oh, we do got over 100,000 downloads. I forgot to mention that to y'all. Y'all know I'm a numbers
you
guy.
do that shit in your check-in. Who is you?
I'm Nero.
I'm Nyambi.
And this is episode 139, y'all.
It's 139.
Welcome back, Nyambi.
I am happy to be back. I missed y'all a little bit.
Okay. Be sure to leave a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher, and follow us on all forms of social media. And that's at Black Love Matters. Remember, that's Black with no K. Like I was saying, welcome back, Nyambi.
Thank you. I am happy to be back. When I was so tired, y'all. Like, I think I'm still a little tired, but I think I at least had one day this week where I did nothing. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Like, it was like, once I got out here, I did not stop, but not in a bad way. Like, I love what I do. I love the company I work for. I love my manager. I love my colleagues. But it was like a constant, even when Niram was here, right, Niram? Mm-hmm. Like, we did something every night. And you know, I'm old. So even if it's just walking to get ice cream, I'm like, Jesus, we just walking to get, like, it was just an activity every day. And I never had a moment just to sit. And I actually didn't even have that moment till like Saturday. Mm-hmm. And it was stuff I was supposed to do. Like, I wanted to do laundry. I wanted to do some stuff from work, you know, as far as like benefits and HR stuff. And, you know how you do during certain trainings for work. Like, I wanted to knock that out this weekend. Mm-hmm. And I probably did on Sunday because y'all hearing this Monday. But Saturday, I was like, no, ma'am. All I'm doing, I got up, washed my face, and brushed my teeth, and kept on my pajamas. Like, That's all I did. I went and sat on our porch. I looked out at the sun. I gave gratitude to the Lord. I prayed. And that is it. Like, take that. I took maybe 15 minutes out of my day and threw on a sundress and went and got some food. Because I didn't even, y'all know how I feel about a meal prep at Trader Joe's. I didn't even go to there.
Shame.
At this moment, y'all probably listen, I only have watermelon and protein shakes in my refrigerator. And that is not how Nyambi operates. Speaking of, I was looking for snacks now. Did you take my chocolate covered peanuts?
Oh, yeah. I took those.
You took them motherfuckers with you. Those were not yours.
What's
Those
yours
were
is
not.
mine.
You had the eyes.
I left
like,
all the snacks out
sweet
on the counter of what I was taking. And you looked at them like, oh, you taking your snacks, huh?
I thought that was the almonds. I was like, oh, I want something a little sweet. And you know, I live like in a neighborhood where you can't walk and get something outside, but I'm not leaving this house. No God, I already left once to get some food. I was like, oh, you know what? I got those chocolate covered peanuts. Let me go get those. I kept looking in all the cabinets. I said, maybe I misplaced the motherfuckers. I said, that damn near them, so ate my little peanuts. But yeah, so I'm doing a little more physical rest. So it's not a mental thing. I'm not mentally tired, but I think I'm physically a little tired now. But overall, I really like it out here, y'all. What you think, Naomi? You think I like it? My energy's changed?
Nyambi loves Colonizer Valley to the point where she's like, I don't know if I want to call it Colonizer Valley. Nigga, it's Colonizer Valley.
It is like my job. First of all, it's just unique out here in Colonizer Valley. Like I've just been observing and I'm just absorbing a lot, right? And seeing how people move out here, and it's very, very interesting. So even for my office, like I go back anywhere between like San Francisco and like deeper in the South Bay. Look, I'm learning, right? Look at me in my go in the South Bay. So I can work anywhere in between there, and just even feeling the different energies between like those two offices have been super, super interesting. But more so, what I'm navigating through is managing. So I manage about 10 to 12 people, right? But this is different type of management. Like I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast before. It's been a long time since I managed completely competent people. Like to the point where, you know, in previous jobs as a manager, I would have to know how to do my employee's job. Do you know what I'm saying? I might not be the best at it, but I would have to know how to do their job, because a lot of our conversations was them honing their skills on doing their job and meeting their matrices, right? Or trying to problem solve on the best way to do their job efficiently, right? That's not what I do here.
No.
Like they bad bitch contest first place. Can't nobody do their job better than them.
And you just
to the point where people who are doing what I do similar, but across different departments, they was like, oh, you don't have to learn how to do their job.
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. And like I had to like reshift my focus to be like, well, shit. You know, I'm out here, well, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Like
meet with their ass.
I'm literally like there. I'm to manage them.
You're their caretaker.
I'm no caretaker. And like, and they want it. They want like professional advice. And that's what I'm there for. Every once in a blue moon, it's like, you might have to step in if, you know, look, I'm trying to give too much without telling you exactly what I do. If somebody, you know, try to get buck with them, like that's my job to step in and be like, don't be talking to them crazy. But that was an easy thing for me. Like as a manager, that's how I always roll. Like I always tell my employee, I try to empower them to know, even when they ain't sometimes, that you the best at what you do and to make decisions, right? Because there's nothing worse as a manager that you want your employee not to move and then shit hit the fan. Like I'd rather you move and I back you up and we clean it than you be paralyzed, right? Because a lot of times you don't move when you paralyzed, that's when shit really start hitting the fan, right? But if you done did this job for at least 6 months, shit, do an educated guess. What you think is the best fucking decision, right? So, you know, that's kind of my spill. I always get told them. And they even from that, they're like, oh my God. I was like, so if you got an important decision to make and you can't get in touch with me, I'm not answering my phone. I'm not answering emails.
Use your better judgment.
I'm not answering texts. Just move. Know that there's nothing you can do that I'm not going to back you up. And you're like, oh my God, Nyambi, thank you. I was like, what? And even my manager, y'all, I've been blessed with my manager. Yeah. She a white woman, but I'm scared to say this. I might have met the first woke white woman in America.
Don't speak too soon.
For 2 weeks in. And I'll be waiting for the ball to drop. You know how you wait?
Keep waiting.
You know how you be in meetings, conversations, and you be waiting for the ball to drop? Look, this is me. Every time she say something, this is me.
Keep waiting. Don't you put your faith in that colonizer.
I'm not putting faith. I'm just, the thing is, I got to tell the truth and shame the devil.
Mm-hmm.
And I want her to be the example of when I'm talking about crafty colonizers, that is not all white people. It's just the crafty ones.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want her to be the dictionary where you look under and be like, oh, she's not a colonizer. Because she's very aware of her privilege. She brought it up, not me, to the point where she was like, I'm your manager. I'm here to mentor you, guide you through this field. It got to be rough. She said, I don't want to overstep, but it got to be rough as fuck to be a black woman in Colonizer Valley. In addition to me, I'm going to look out for you. I'm going to see if I can find you some black female representative to be a mentor to, so you can navigate through this, because I know your experience got to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this is me. Oh, y'all can't see me.
Oh.
And good morning. Day 3.
That's good. But don't you put no faith in that colonizer.
It ain't no faith. It's just surprising, right? Because it's usually, that's a conversation I got to have with them 6 months or a year at my review, when they be like, well, what is some stuff we can improve on? And it's usually, I got to put it forth to them.
Personal development.
Say I'm seeking mentorship, right? Because I'm going to be competent at my job, right? You know, it's tech, so I'm going to have a little bit of a learning curve. So it's probably going to take me about a month or two, right? Yeah. Compared to, you know, being more comfort in higher ed or retail, where I can just jump in and know what I'm doing. But I'm going to get competent, right? I'm going to perform, right? I'm going to show up. But that's what's traditionally has been lacking in my career, is that more professional polish. And I just learned by trial and error, right? That's why we be spitting so much stuff to y'all, because ain't nobody told me. I had to live it. I had to live it, fuck up, fall, scratch myself, and learn, right?
Right. Cry a little bit.
Yeah, please, a little. Holler. I ain't crying. But having someone to come in, even as a manager, to come in and be like, oh, we got to talk us on your professional development. Like, what do you want to do? And she was at the point, like, you know, if you want to do this, stay at your level, maybe do my job, maybe a step above. We can talk about that. She's like, but if you want to go all the way up, well, that's a different plan, and we can talk about that too.
Right.
Never had a supervisor say that, except with us, we talking bot store, and you know they only wanted me to go so far there, honey.
You going all the way up, taking out the trash and shit. Now you got the key to the trash can.
Child. Oh, it's been such a blessing. When I first got out here, I missed it a little bit. I think it was that fear of change, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew what I was going to do. I finally was in the groove, and it was the fact of starting over. But child, I be getting up in the morning doing a praise dance for my little desk. I said, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for the blood of the Lamb. Actually, I need to reach out to some of them, though. Because they go be like, that bitch left, and they look back.
They ain't look back.
You know, I ain't forget where I came from. So I have to, I think I'm going to send them some emails this week and text messages to check in, you know, just to be like, how y'all doing? Stay blessed. But I'm not moving as much. I got to do something, like to the point where my body was like, hey, bitch, get up. And mind you, y'all, I'm doing decent. I try to get 10,000 steps a day because at where I work is flexible. And we have like this little area where you walk around. So I do get 10,000 Monday through Friday.
But you ain't getting 30,000 like you used to, though.
No, and my body can tell. I'm like, shit, I done got 10,000 steps. Ain't that what the doctors recommended? So that's why I've been telling Niram, goes to my next thing. I got to get a routine. Like, I'm going to have to push it. Like, I think my body is at a more of a homeostasis where I'm moving a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And, you know, even food, like I've eaten less. Like, I'm not to the point where I'm the cookie monster or nothing. Like, I have my little snacks. It's nothing crazy. But my body, it's not weight or anything. Like, I don't think I'm gaining weight or anything. But my body don't feel this.
Mm-hmm, you don't feel optimal.
Yeah. Compared to at the bot store, I was moving and diving, honey. Okay.
Yeah. And
lifting and stacking and everything else. But other than y'all, that I had a good time, y'all. I done tried public transportation. I done got on that BART. I done got on the BART.
What?
And got on the cow train.
Okay.
Well, I ain't get this by myself. I did this with Nessie and Tam, but we did the Mooney, so that don't count yet. Mm-hmm. But I got a Clipper card.
You got
I'm
me
official
one?
like a. No, you get you one when you get here.
You know what?
Want me, well, you know I got to look into it because of the discounted rate.
You over here.
You already know. You're trying to get me to snatch on here where I work.
You over here ain't showing your boy no love. Naomi went to go get one patio chair. I said, you got two? No, nigga. You act like I'm not coming back.
What'd you tell me in the colonizer manager?
I don't know.
Yeah, I believe. Come on here. I treat you good.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay.
But so I did that, and that was good. Oh wait, I don't know. Should I say this story, Nirams?
I don't know.
From Friday when I was with my colleagues.
No, go out there and put it out there.
I don't even know how to say it. It might should save it. So I went to hang out again with my manager. She was like, let's have drinks, blah, 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 happy hour. So I went and did that, had happy hour. Cool. Meanwhile, on a ranch, San Francisco, y'all know how to do that happy hour, don't you? With them $5 wines and them strong ass drinks. Mm-hmm. Cool. So we went there and had a Brussels sprouts and shit, healthy shit. It was good. And then one of our direct reports was having some type of party or celebration for his birthday. And I was like, oh, good for him. She was like, we about to roll in there. This me. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And did I mean why did I tell you, oh, y'all gonna be mad at me? Her boyfriend came. He a black guy. Y'all leave her alone. Look at the
y'all.
I already know y'all talking shit. Y'all leave her alone. I'm stepping in. Mm-hmm. I'm bonsai. Not on my watch. And that's how I knew it was a different situation, because when she said it, I think he seen my face and he was like, yeah, that's some white shit. And she's like, what? She's like, black people really don't be partying. And he was like, especially, her being new, her black and young. I was like, yeah. I said, but you know what? Y'all know it's my month of what?
Yes.
So I said, I'll step in, I'll see what's going on. The club was cute, right? It wasn't like a rave or anything. Like, it was cute. Like, it was more of a lounge. But I stepped in, and it was one of them parties where they was partying through the decades. Mm-hmm. So it started at like the 70s, the 80s, 90s. And this party, meanwhile, why did the party start so damn early? The party started at 7 p.m. And it was packed. It's like everyone came straight from work, was like, fuck what you heard. We're going to party. And so they had like drink specials. So every decade the drinks went up. So it started at $2, $3, $4. And that's unheard of, I would imagine, in San Francisco or any major city. Like, that's a cheap drink. Mm-hmm. Even if it's a light one, right? It's still double it up, right?
Right.
So we went in there and I said, what the fuck is this? It was like time stopped and they seen us because we were managers and they were like, oh, and you can see someone was drunk and they tried their hardest to be sober. To the point where one of my direct reports came up to me and was like, I sent that email you asked. I said, we don't have to talk about that. I was like, because that's the thing. Like, the people we operate was like overachievers, super smart kids, right? Mm-hmm. But you can see they finally like they found their tribe, right? So they all kind of nerdy, or nerdy's not even the word, because I think nerd has a bad association. Like, these aren't like people with glasses, real corny. Like, but you can tell they got their little, I don't know, quirks about them.
Mm-hmm. They're quirky.
Yeah, they're quirky. Maybe that's the word, right? But you can see that they all found their tribe, right? Mm-hmm. And they're thriving. So meanwhile on the ranch, fast forward, I know I'm talking too much. We walk in the club, the crew from our company, these niggas done bought out the VIP. What? And these young, so a lot of they're young babies. They 22, 23. Could y'all imagine that 22, 23 buying out a section and you ain't a drug dealer? Or into some shit.
Uh-huh.
Bought out the section. Bottles. It was like this juxtaposition of like just hood rich shit, right? Uh-huh. But corniness, right? So everybody's in their work clothes. Everybody's wearing like jeans and a sweatshirt, or like jeans and a t-shirt. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then the fascinating thing is everyone backpack is lined up, because everybody wears backpacks out here. Mm-hmm. So it's the club. So they didn't even have enough time to go to their house.
Because everybody got a laptop or something.
Everybody got their laptop just lined up against the wall. Badges just swinging from every company. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking in my head, like, Jesus, I want to call all my brown girls from Detroit and be like, y'all got to come out to this club and find you somebody. Because the other thing there, and then I move on, is that it was a higher ratio of men than women at the club. Mm-hmm. I've never seen this.
Really?
It was like to every woman, it was at least 4 men. I said, oh, somebody can come out here and get their life changed. Is there one? And it was just crazy just to see, like, just how they party and get down. And they was just tearing it up. I had to leave as we was going into the 2000s. I heard 99, 2000 back at the girl you working with. I said, no, I'm not doing this.
What? You ain't stay for back that ass up?
No. And then, as soon as they play back that up, I got to leave. Actually, my goal was to leave if they play any song with nigga in it.
Oh.
And so I heard checking in for the night. I said, oh, let me go ahead and call this. And I had to even work to get to the lift. Because my broke ass, cheap brown girl from Detroit was about to work and get on that BART or that Caltrain. But it was later in the evening. So instead of running every 30, it was running every hour. I was like, shit, I ain't about to get back to where I lived about midnight. I said, this some bullshit. And then I think one of the folks seeing me looking at the counter, it was like, why don't you just take a lift? And I'm thinking in my head, who about to take this expensive? I said, you know what? I work for so-and-so. I am about to take a motherfucking lift from the city to South Bay. And I hit that lift. It was there in 30 seconds. And I slept the whole way and it was amazing. That was my week. Neil, what you think?
All I was thinking is, Naomi, don't you get drunk, be out there kissing the white girls. Because that's what happened. You know, the white girls will get you, though.
More than I normally drink, though. Like, I drink more. Because usually I don't, like that, the black boy was like, that's some white shit. Like, usually I keep my wits about me, right? Especially since I'm out here by myself. But I did drink maybe a smidge more than I. Like, I was probably one drink away from calling my father. I'm like, I need a hotel room. My father worked at a hotel. I don't care how much it costs. Put it on the card. Because I'm not leaving San Francisco tonight. Because
you 3-4 drinks in, you out there with your white supervisor. Next thing you know, somebody
drinking heavy drinks, right? We had like a whiskey bar, so we drinking some brown liquor, right? And both of us talking loose.
Shit.
We both, and not even loose about like our job, loose about our family.
Did anybody bust out the weed gummies?
Oh, that's a different story. I don't have enough time. Yeah, I had my alleged cousin reach out to me, and next week I'll save it for that. We was talking loose, and then I get to the club, and the folks was like, "Oh, let's get a drink." I was like, "I don't drink drinks that cost $3. Like, it's just a known hangover gonna come from that. It's probably just putting rubbing alcohol in there. I don't want that. I need my drinks to cost $10 or more. I prefer a $15 drink so I can cherish it, right?
$3 is going down. You be like, oh, it's just $3.
You shoot it, right? But a $16 drink, you appreciate it. You sip it. You get all the flavors.
Right.
So I'm grown. I like $15 drinks, so I get two $30. I'm done. Please, how many drinks I can get for $3?
10.
Dead.
Knowing your ass can't handle all that liquor.
No, that's why I stick with my $16 drinks. I prefer.
Get you a glass and a half of wine and you be done.
And them drinks are strong both places. But anyway, that's kind of my summer and my first week. I do got a story about edibles that I'll tell y'all Wednesday. But did y'all see Jada Pinkett's new show? I seen snippets. I love it. What's it called? Red Table. When she brung, I think her name Sheree, Will Smith's ex-husband, first baby mama. And Jada was like, yeah, I shouldn't have dated him. Why? You was married. Duh. Jada, we always thought about that. That's why it took us so long for us to really love y'all. Because we felt a certain type of way about that. Or maybe it was me. But I just love the transparency. And I love the generational talks, right? So it was like Willow, Jada, and Jada mama who looked 23. Okay. Can we talk about that? But I just love that dynamic. And I was like, is that something that I could do with my family? Could I have that type of real talk with my mama? And I don't know if I could. Like, we have real talk, but only to a certain extent.
You can't have...
I just let her win. That's the thing.
You can't have your own version of Sister Love Matters?
With my mom?
And have that real talk?
It depends on the topic. Because it just gets to the point. It's another topic. It's Mother's Day too, so we need to keep it positive. But I just let her go. And that's not kitchen table talk, right? That's just her being a show pony.
Well, you're a show pony too.
Yeah, but I listen.
Partially.
Yep. Lastly, my niggas in Oakland. This is where I need to be. So I know the white people is just calling the police on pictures of black people, right?
Just everything. Like,
they'll just see a picture of a black person smiling and be like, how can I call the police on this picture?
We barbecue. Right? We go to Trader Joe's. We go to Waffle House.
Niggas don't go to Trader Joe's because I'm going to be the first one.
I swear to God, they call niggas at Popeyes. It's going to be a problem.
And let Trader Joe's not handle it appropriately. Let them. Okay? But yes, it's just sad, right? We just can't even live, right? They had this story at young lady at Yale with the police is just overstepping. And I'm like, you're at Yale in a dorm. Why didn't you call the hall director?
Right.
Why did you call student housing? Like, as soon as you seen her ID, the only thing you should have said was go to your room.
Yep. That
should have been a stint of the conversation, right? Because, okay, it's the university. If somebody called the police does have to come. I get that. But daughter's interrogating and you know what's going on with your ID. They should have looked at her ID, seen it was a current picture, right? And be like, sis, go to bed.
Yep. Go to
Police
your room.
don't sleep in public. Meanwhile, everybody sleeps in public areas. That's not a new thing. But if the police want to be, equivalent across the board, right? All they should have said was, sis, all right, you here. This your ID. Go to bed.
Yeah.
That's just been a word. Go to your room.
But I guess the thing
Like
is,
parents,
she
right?
was just working. She was just working on her shit and fell asleep. We've all
She
done
was.
that. I done
All the
fell asleep in the
questioning,
computer
police
lab.
was like, yes, but the police questioning, are you supposed to be here? Like, all that wasn't needed.
Right.
The police simply should have said, please go to your dorm.
Yes,
That
they
should have
should
been
have.
in the conversation.
And yes, they should have.
That's all they had to say. Please go to your room.
Well, that's another thing out there in Yale. Like, I know they have a big homeless problem, but
Yeah.
once they
That
found
girl
out that she was
didn't
just
go
the thing
bye.
is no. But let me finish. But once they found out that she was a student, like the decision tree should have changed
Yeah.
versus it being a homeless person
Yes.
or them thinking it was a homeless person. Oh, there's a homeless person sleeping in the what's the name? Can you wake up? Oh, I'm a student here. Can I see your ID? All right, cool. Go to your dorm.
Yeah. Go to your room. And the thing is, I don't even believe they should have like escorted her to her room. Like they should have gave her her ID and be like, please go to your room, and they should have just walked away.
Yeah.
Like that should have been the extent of it. Because I swear I've seen the police do that on campuses.
And the thing
I
is,
see
it was in
people
the
say
common
that-
room. It was
I've
in the
seen
common
police-
room.
I've seen police do it with people outside, like sitting on a bench. Like go to your dorm. Don't sleep here.
Yeah.
And they just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that was full of shit. But Yale got their own history. Yale is not a safe place. A lot of these Ivy Leagues, these public, don't get me. I'm in Silicon. I'm in Colonizer Valley. I'm not doing it. Y'all gonna learn.
Ooh, she getting nestled.
No, they're gonna learn. These universities do not cherish, do not cultivate, they don't care. Look, I'm the old Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
Universities don't care about black people. You're a number. So it's time to go where we're celebrated instead of tolerated.
Mm-hmm.
And them Ivies is known for that too.
Absolutely.
I didn't even finish my damn story. So in Oakland, somebody called the police on some black people barbecuing. I don't think the police got $2 right, but I think they still came out, and it was like a thing where it's like, what the fuck are we being called? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But what I would say, in retaliation of this, in protest of this, what did my black beautiful people of Oakland did?
What they do?
They then went and threw the biggest barbecue on the West Coast.
What?
So they just the spot. So instead of protesting Black Lives Matter, signs, marching, all that chanting, them niggas said, fuck what you heard, light up the grill, throw them ribs on there, bring out the Frankie Beverly and Mays, and we about to hustle and do the electricity.
Nigga, Black Love Matter should have been there with a tent.
Why didn't they tell us? Because I would have run the Hawaiian rolls.
Baby, I need you to keep your ear to the street now.
I don't know how I missed it. I ain't been to Oakland yet. I'm getting there. But Jesus, God is real. I loved it. That's beautiful, right? Because it's exhausting. It's exhausting to constantly go on. And we got to do it, right? Ain't no German Shepherds after us. We got to go out and protest. But I love flipping what protest and resilience looks like. Because that's what we do, right? We make this shit look what? Good.
Mm-hmm. I bet them niggas had some good ass ribs too.
I bet they was seasoned very well with white tears. I think they just sprayed, you put the vinegar on the bottle for the ribs. They just put white tears in the bottle and sprayed the ribs down. Just tenderize it.
That colonizer had all types of white tears.
I'm sure, but
She's harassing me.
They barbecue when they getting a ham shank. It was just too much, and I loved it though. So I think it's that way to flip it to see, it's that's what I see when sometimes our our leaders, activists, like you got to kill them with kindness, not by shit. Fuck what you heard. But I think that's an example of it, right? Mm-hmm. So that's opened my perspective to say, all right, instead of cussing their ass out, maybe that's how you resist, right?
Right.
You make this the norm. Because, okay, maybe, look, I'm MLK, civil disobedience. Oh, you didn't know this is what we do in our culture. Let us show you.
Right.
Now you know.
Before I let you go.
No harm, no foul, bitch. But now you know. Now you know. Next time you see us barbecuing, this is a cultural norm. This is what the fuck we do. So it was just, I don't know. It was beautiful. Mm-hmm. All right, Neeram. So you got I done talked so much. I'm sorry.
No, baby. The people missed you. Speaking about missing you, I miss Nyambi.
First of all, what y'all need to think y'all doing coming up on the? I was listening to my podcast and I refreshed Friday and I said Black Love. Man, I said this nigga don't replace me like Matthew knows. Matthew knows me.
Ain't nobody Matthew knows you, baby.
They got a replacement. I said, Neil Beyonce and said the show must go on.
No, baby, you the Beyonce of the group.
You Beyonce, and I'm the one who got kicked out.
I'm just the technical manager.
What's the one we ain't never heard of again? I forgot. Lativia? Yeah, that's the one ain't never been heard of again. At least Latoya got another deal, and Latoya on Black Love Matter on the podcast, not the podcast, the doc.
Oh yeah,
yeah, her and her husband. That seems sketchy. We'll talk about that later, though.
Okay.
Maybe but she's not that old. It's something about when people like get married. I don't know. Maybe they knew each other long. You ever just seen some couples and they be like, "Oh, we doing this," and you be like, "Huh?" Mm-hmm. Something about this, the timing of this seems a little. I don't know, off. I got to be like Nia. I can't go to people's weddings. I don't think I'll make it. I can't lie to the Lord.
Anyways, yeah, somebody was like, sent a Facebook message and said, I miss Nyambis. oh, okay.
I miss y'all too.
I miss Nyambis. Where is she?
I listened. I haven't got through y'all episode yet, but I listened because I was listening to it. I was working out, but I was going to listen to it when I work out this evening too. Mm-hmm. Y'all did good.
Well, I'm a part of it.
Oh my God. Jeez.
So I'm sad because I'm here and I miss Nyambis. I don't want to be in white ass New England. The house seems empty because it is. I'm just here. I'm just here on an air mattress that don't hold air. And
is there any air mattress that hold air?
I don't know. I'm just sitting here with an air mattress.
They can't be too tight, right? Because them bitches will explode. But we put our body weight on it.
Air mattress that don't hold air. People been reaching out to me like I'm the sick and shut in. I done seen Nia, Devontae, and T'Challa.
How everybody doing? That is the whole crew that came
through. People that came over checking in on me like I'm on the sick and shut in. Well, I know Nyambi ain't there, so I guess I'll just come on over, brother. Let's get a drink and play some video games. Nia, I know, you supposed to be doing the podcast. I know y'all took a week off, but go ahead and bust out the microphones.
That's love, though. That's what community is.
I almost
bust
out the microphones with T'Challa because he's like, I have a discussion for you, Neil.
What's T'Challa discussion?
About the whole Kanye West thing and things. So that's where I started to
Jesus.
I started to just bust it out.
You should have.
So you can hear a continent
T'Challa.
Because he's like, I'm from Africa. We have dictatorships and regimes. Y'all niggas ain't slaves. I was like, what are you talking about, T'Challa?
T'Challa said y'all niggas ain't being chased by German shepherds. That's what he said. That's what he's saying.
We got real regimes over here.
He said a civil rights black, a second generation civil rights black got it good. We spoiled, basically.
Mm-hmm. So
he said, I know y'all got y'all Black Lives Matters, but niggas, we got really, what's that man? I mean, what's his name?
I don't know.
The last king of Scotland. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Like, T'Challa's like, we got real crazy niggas over here. We got Forrest Whitaker niggas over here. Forrest Whitaker played that movie with that eye. You know what I'm talking about when he played that dictator in Africa.
Yeah.
I think it's Idi Amin. I forgot his name. But he said, we got real niggas. We got real killers and dealers over here, okay?
So
it was just good. Like North and South Korea.
So it was just good just to see everybody and kick it and things of that sort. And everybody just check in on me like, I'm on the sick and shut in. My mama calls me every day. She ain't never called me every day.
That's what she's supposed to do.
No, not every day.
What do you think she worried about?
I don't know. She's like, Nyambi's not there, so what are you up to now?
What they think you do without me?
I don't know. You okay over there? Yes, I'm good.
Yeah, she wish you go to California? Or no?
When you going back? Soon. I'll be there soon. So that was cool. Just to kick with everybody. I binge watched Dear Black People.
Oh, Dear White People.
Oh, Dear Black. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh,
Dear White People.
How was that? I might be triggered to watch that. I think I'm trying to be very aware of my triggers. Mm-hmm. You think I'll be triggered?
Probably, but I think you still give a shot. It's good to see Kid Fury on there doing his Thug Thizzle.
Oh, nice.
He pulled out his cameo. I think you need to watch it.
There's a whole lot of them that I think they did cameos.
Yeah.
You might not just know who they were, but I think there's a few of them who did cameos.
So did that. What else? What else I do? What's going on? I fell asleep while I was like taking a nap while watching Netflix, and then the Richard Dolezal, what's the name, came on the autoplay.
No, thank you. Folks been asking me, I was like, what do you think about it? I said, I don't. The classic Whitney Houston line. What do you think about so-and-so? I don't.
Mm-hmm.
You watched it?
A little bit until I changed it.
What was it about? Like, is it about her experience when she went through all this, or what is it?
It was a mixture of both. So it was like experience while she's going through that, but also like her background. So, finding out that her parents did adopt like 3 black people, and like her older brother was like molesting them, and she just felt closer to like the adopted black kids than
she identified with black culture. That's fine, but you just can't be like, I'm a black woman.
Yes, and that's completely fucked up.
Like you can, it is completely. I think it's completely okay, especially during those circumstances. To be like, I feel like I identify more with black culture. Okay, but sis, that don't mean you're black, right?
Right. So
that's all. The thing is, she should just say she was white, or don't say anything. Right? One of those things where she culturally ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
At least she could have got off like, well, ain't nobody ever asked me. Well, I'm sure Negroes would have, but
no. But it really. It brought up the conversation of like basically what black people are saying is what everybody be saying to like the transgender individuals. Like, oh, you was raised with a penis. I'm just saying though, but that was like the conversation or the lens they was coming at it with. Like, well, it's okay for someone to be transgender and be like, I feel like I feel like I was born a woman and or a man and biologically I have a penis or vagina. Like, why is it not okay for her to be like, but I feel like I'm a black woman, even though I was born white?
I think that's different, right? Because when we're talking about gender, right, that's something that's more innate. More innate, more hormonal, more, I don't want to use the word primal, compared to race is a social construct.
Yeah, it is.
And them two different things. Gender is not a social construct, right? But race is. Race is about like culture, lived experiences, right? But it's just some experiences as a woman or as a man you're going to have regardless. Period. So I think, I get what they're saying, right? I think it's a conversation to be had, and maybe I'll watch it and I'll flesh that out more. But just coming off the dome, gender, when we're talking about gender, or what do you identify as a gender compared to race? I think them two separate things, because race is a very clear social construct. And I don't think, like you said, gender could be, yes, in some instances, yes, when it's used as an oppressive tool or as a tool for privilege, yes, but it's some innate things that is what it is, right? And if you identify towards that, it's different.
I understand what you're saying,
but we're gonna have to. I'm not transgender, so nor do I identify with a different race.
Yeah.
So we might have to get some folks on here to explain that. But my gut reaction is saying them two different things.
So that was more or less the argument they was having. But also, because like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing.
She fucking tried it. That's white privilege. That's some white shit. Now I'm talking like my boss. My boss boyfriend. She fucking tried it. No, she white to come pull some shit like that. But she done pulled the transgender community in here and they ain't even asked to be in the conversation.
I'm just saying though, like tomato, potato.
She fucking tried it. She's trying to distract. And what about them? No, bitch, we're talking about you.
I didn't watch the full thing, but it was just interesting. Like, how she's like, I can't get a job now. She got those black boys.
She can't get no job.
That she adopted and shit like that. It was like I said, I only watched like 20 or so minutes of it.
Now,
and then
I do believe she might got a civil lawsuit on that one. Because she can't get no job.
She can't get no job, and she
ain't commit no crime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She didn't commit no crime. You know what I'm saying? She ain't killed nobody. She ain't steal nothing. You know what I'm saying? That is wrong. She can't sue someone.
So the main thing. They keep talking about, or one of the other things they was talking about, and this was like this whole conspiracy on why her parents just all of a sudden bust out and exposed her like this. And the reason why,
why.
They said the reason why they did that is because a couple days before. So her brother, her older brother, who's like the firstborn, was about to go to court for sexually assaulting some of the adopted black kids.
Jeez.
And Rachel was going to testify against her brother. And her family is like real into like that cult shit. And they was like, oh no, we need to do something to figure it out. So they was talking about how they had a private eye on her for almost 2 years to figure out some dirt. And then they was like, oh, we got this, where she trying to act like she portray herself as black. And then they leaked all that stuff to the local news.
That's why I said I think she might have a civil suit.
Yeah. So, you know, I just thought it was just interesting. It is some colonizer.
That's some colonizer shit. And if I was sitting on the jury, I'd be like, yeah, that sound right.
Mm-hmm. And like, you know, like I said, from like 20 minutes and stuff, I was like, oh, okay, I can see some of this other shit. But the other stuff, I was like, nah, sis. But like,
don't bring that transgender community into this. You can't be lying, sis.
Right. And the thing is, like, for her to, you know, portray herself, even if you, like I said, just culturally ambiguous. Not said nothing.
That's what she should have traded on. That's what the line she should have walked on. Mm-hmm. Again, you shouldn't deceive people, but if you're gonna play the game, that's how I would have did it.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it up and be like, you know, or you know, she already got the line right. I should be like, you know, I'm adopted, so I identify with many cultures.
Yeah.
And you know, because folks be like, all right, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets to the point because you don't owe anyone to tell them
right what
your background. Yeah, that's not a mandatory thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
but the main thing was
she ain't have enough black friends.
She didn't have enough black friends, but
to be like, yes, you can't
by doing that and having that firestorm go on, they called like a mistrial on that trial on her brother because of the shit was going on, and there's like, well, how can we like trust her word if she's got, you know, this is going on? So they came at her character that way. So now
that's fucked up.
So you know that type of shit.
Now that's fucked up, and that's the tools of the colonizer. Mm-hmm. That is absolutely fucked up.
So it was just interesting. It was just interesting just to see.
And I believe something like that happened because as I reflect on it now, what was the purpose of that being brought to our attention?
I don't know.
Meanwhile, on the ranch, Donald Trump done became the president. Like,
so
if I had to choose, let Rachel be black and let Donald not be. Do you know what I'm saying?
So that's the thing, though. Yeah,
long term, right? So
long term wise, like,
what did that really do, hurt or harm to our community? Like, where? So that's bit scope, right? What does it really matter?
So that's the thing that, you know, they was interviewing other people, and that's one of the things that came up was like,
that was more funny,
so
right?
So what? Yeah, she ain't black. We know she ain't black, but she has done so much, quote unquote, for the community and got in spaces where black people wasn't able to come for, you know, be in and able to ride. So, you know, for her to be like she was on like a civil ombudsman on the police board to get like police in check, you know, that president and ACP, which I also said was already started by white women. Y'all need to do your history on that.
NAACP was started by white people. Don't forget.
And then like other like civil boards, like civil rights boards that people of color wasn't a part of, but she was being a proxy and, you know, was actually making change. So I go back and forth like, the sister was wrong with that. She shouldn't been out there. Like I said, her ass should have just been like, I'm culturally ambiguous. But when it all come down to it, like, what did it hurt or help anybody? Like, if anything, it just
for all the shit that was going on, right? At that time, right? It wasn't like it was a slow news cycle. That's what I'm saying.
For anything,
like we're in the middle of presidential elections, primaries, all these other scandals that we really need to be concerned with, but we shifted our energy to worry about her.
Yeah. And
where it should have been a one-day news cycle, right? So if we're going to bring it to our attention, bring it to our attention. But that shit went on for months.
Yes.
And it should have just been like a 1 or 2 day thing, and we're beyond it, right? Maybe a Saturday Night Live skit, and we move on. And it didn't.
But it did.
Jeez.
So I think
why?
And that's the thing that, you know, they're talking about like how polarizing, you know, this shit is that it went on for years.
Right?
Yeah.
This is easier to digest than real shit.
Yeah. And then like one of the other things I was looking at, you know, I just felt sorry for those black boys that she adopted, or not adopted. I don't know if she adopted them or she had them while she was married.
Black man, yeah.
But I feel sorry for the black boys.
Why you say that?
Because her and that man divorced, right?
Yeah.
So she got custody of the black boys, and those
And
black boys still got to go live through life as
yeah.
their mama is Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah.
And it's like the shit that goes to it. So they show a scene like where they was going to the barbershop and the people wouldn't let her ass in the barbershop, so she just stayed in the
What?
car. And then the dude from the barbershop was like, "You gotta get your ass from my front of my barbershop." And he's like, "Well, I'm just waiting on my son." It's like, "I don't give a fuck. You gotta go around the corner or some shit."
What?
Yeah.
Y'all treating her like that?
So I just thought it was interesting that these black boys, these black men, like regardless of how they was brought in this world, they can't choose that woman. That woman
that's their
put,
mother.
brought on the responsibility to raise these boys. And this is the shit they going through just because their mama was acting like she was black or portraying herself as black. And like, I just feel like the cycle just keeps
That's a little rough.
portraying itself because now they going through it, being bullied in school and, having all types of shit, niggas can't travel, they
that's
pretty
rough.
much,
They shouldn't have to suffer because of that, right?
and they pretty much like just stuck in the house because whenever they try to leave, that small ass city in Washington, Spokane or whatever, like they just know like these are Rachel Dolezal's boys, so let's track them,
They might have to train their name. They might try to change their name.
Let's try to record some shit so we can get into TMZ. Let's all types of stuff like this is exploiting these boys.
That's crazy.
I feel like that was the thing that I found fascinating about the 20 or so minutes that I watched is that regardless of what she got going on, she's a human being. Like what she did was wrong, and yes, it's something for a conversation. But those black boys shouldn't have to go through that shit.
Yes,
too, because they didn't choose that situation.
Death. Yeah, it's the consequence, like social death, right? I don't know if that's the consequence for what she did. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, right. I don't know if these rapists, pedophilia, like if they're able to go out and live their fucking life, right? People who sexually assault, Rachel should be able to go live her life too. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that, like I just don't think her actions matches the consequences. What was it, 4 or 5 years later?
Yeah, this shit happened in what, 2015?
And then like it happened last week. Okay, it happened last week, sis. You maybe need to lay low for 6 months to a year, right? But we talking about something 5-6 years ago.
Right.
She should be able to go to the Dairy Queen and get some ice cream.
Nope. And then the last thing.
Honestly, I don't even think I know what she would look like though, low key, without them braids. She should just embrace her white woman. Like she should just go total white woman. That's what I would do.
Speaking of braids, Rachel got a mean braid game. So since she can't get a job, right, she just do hair. I'm for real. Like this happened in 20 minutes. So since she can't get a job. Because she's a professor. Like she got like a PhD in AFM studies, right? And like she can't get hired nowhere. So she's like, I can't get a job nowhere.
She in academia too?
Yeah.
Oh, academia is known for blackballing people because they on their bullshit.
So she's like, I can't get a job nowhere. However, while I was a professor, I was braiding hair and doing hair on the side. And the people that didn't leave me was my hair clients.
Shit, I wouldn't either.
Nigga, she got a mean braid.
What's her prices?
I don't know. But she got
some of y'all braiders out there who are African American, African, and Jamaican on some bullshit.
Let me tell you.
I bet she on time.
Rachel Dolezal got a mean braid game. She was hitting them girls up with them faux locks and hitting them up with them braids. She was tearing it down, baby.
You know what? I don't discriminate when it comes. Because black women, y'all know I love us, right? But when it comes to, we already had this conversation about salons and braiders. It's not good experiences.
I wish we had a poll function on the site. Send your responses. Would you get your hair braided by Rachel Dolezal?
Yes, it depends on the price and the price and how long she take. Because every single people, we have to learn. We got to be a little bit more forgiving, y'all. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying reconciliation don't mean forgive. So when I mean forgive, that don't mean you got to get her hair braided, right? You don't got to go get your hair braided by her, embrace her, love her, right? Mm-hmm. But we got shit we need to worry about, right? The president trying to take these food stamps away. The Koreas don't reunited together. You know what I'm saying? They might be coming after our asses.
Something about an Iran deal that we stepped away from.
It's an Iran deal that I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, and I got to go research. Like, those are the things I think we need to process and get mad at and be unforgiving, right? Not Rachel Dolezal. Yeah, she can be canceled, but sis should be at least go to the grocery store. and make a living. I do believe she's deserved that right?
Yeah.
Jesus. I might can watch that before Dear White People. Because still anything with colleges and universities is just very triggering to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's just so full of shit.
So a couple other things before we get into this pillow talk.
Oh, we ain't in pillow talk yet?
No, not yet.
Lord, what?
Couple things. I want to say thank you all for supporting us. We have reached the 100,000 mark. We actually reached it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you got to talk about that in the merchandise, right?
Yeah. So we actually reached it a couple weeks ago. Right now, looking at the data, we currently have over 130,000 downloads.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's a big feat, especially for a podcast that just came out of nowhere, and Like we wasn't nobody. Y'all didn't know us. We just kept doing our thing, and the support was there. So we really appreciate y'all with that. And then the other thing was we got that merch. So we got that merch, y'all. We got a lot of merch out there. Definitely go check it out. It's at Black Love Matters, blackwithnok.com/merch. I mean, not merch, /shop. And we got all types of things there. We got some Civil Rights Black shirts. We got some Love is Ever Evolving shirts. We got some Continental Black stuff. We got some crafty coffee mugs. And just all types of stuff. So, I just want to say thank you for all y'all support, especially for everybody who went out and bought shirts for the first go around on TeePublic. But, now we switched some things up. We hosting everything through the site, and we're just trying to elevate. And we just really appreciate y'all when it come out to that, because without y'all, we wouldn't have it. So that's dope.
Again, just thank y'all so much, because we know time, resources, all the above is limited, but y'all choosing it with us, right? So I appreciate y'all for listening, right? Because time is a resource, and you have plenty of things to listen to, or hell, you can just listen to your own damn thoughts. So I appreciate that. And then also, for the folks who've actually spent money on merchandise and stuff, thank you all so much. And even more, the folks who respond on, Shout Out Friday, send us emails. Good, bad, or ugly, it don't matter. Y'all just taking your time to engage with us, right? So I think that's what I truly appreciate, that engagement, because you don't have to do it. So if we ain't said thank you before, we truly appreciate it, and it help us so much, right, Niram? Don't it help us with our processing, who we are, and just to know we ain't alone out there, right? To know that it's not just us two that believe in Black love and believe in community, and also believe that Black love is complex, right? Because so many times folks try to put us in boxes, right? Like we can't handle complex thoughts or conversations, or have conversations to agree and disagree, right? You can disagree without being disagreeable, right? And I think a lot of times us as people, we get stereotypes that if you ain't believing one certain thing, you ain't rocking with the team, right? But I think what the Black Love Matter community does excellently is we're able to all come together and laugh, but even on topics where we don't agree, we're able to have this discourse, this dialogue, but still be family at the end. And that's what I'm just so appreciative and thankful for.
Yeah, so I just want to say thank you all for that. Thank you for helping us get to 120K. And thank you for everybody who shops and getting that merch at blacklovematters.com/shop. So you want to hop into Pillow Talk?
Yeah, so the Black Love doc, I'm saying this to put a pin in it. I haven't watched it yet, and I want to watch it.
Okay.
From previews, I'm already noticing that it's a little more diverse. I think we have a lesbian couple on there, and maybe a gay couple. So I think they heard us. Okay. Even they ain't acknowledging like they heard us, but I think they heard us when we was like, we loved it, but it was very church Black. Season 1 was very Baptist, very Pentecostal love, Pentecostal Black, Koji. It was very Koji Black, like. It ain't nothing wrong with that. I love a good Koji Pentecostal church service, right? But I think it was very more of that. And of course, it's season 1, so that's where you start, right? But I'm excited to see that dynamic. I'm not sure if this was in Black Love doc or if it was in the Mamas special. I'm kind of combining those with Oprah, because Queen Oprah, I love you, but some of your documentary where you be having with Black people, it run together. Do you know what I'm talking about, Nero? I'm like, was it the Black Love or was it the I Love My Mama special? I don't. Because they look alike. You know what I'm saying? Like cinematography kind of looks But I think they had one of them where it was like Mary and all of them, and they like their mother on there, and they had their parents in there. So I thought that was a different slant to talk about too. And how do you really talk about family and engagement? But I'm looking forward to it, right? Randall, his ass on there with his beautiful ass wife. But I'm here for Tammy and Kurt Franklin. I don't know about y'all. Them the couple, they the Viola Davis of the season, right? Last season I was here for Viola and her husband because they were spitting the realness. I think Kurt and Tammy is about to spit some jewels that nobody's ready for. Okay. Have y'all seen Kurt Franklin interviews? Kurt Franklin get a realist interviews on Earth.
He do. He said, I was out there watching
his
that
voice
porn.
Raspy. He sound like a gangster. I like Kurt Franklin.
Kurt Franklin is a gangster rapper who turned to God.
He's not no gangster rapper, but he got that edge. Or
right.
I can see what Tammy see appealing. So that tell me. So that did. Boy, who she with? Tell me a lot about her.
Look, Kurt Franklin
I like
is the God version of Diddy.
I would even say Diddy might be a little more cleaner than Kurt. Like Kurt has lived. Do you ever just look at people and be like, Kurt has lived. He's like one of the people, because I got an aunt like this. I have an aunt who had a wild, oh, that's the Lord telling me not to tell her business.
Oh.
I'll keep it clean. I ain't gonna say no name. Who just lived life right in their teenage years and 20s and had a situation. I ain't gonna say the situation, but at the end of the situation, got on their knees and was like, Lord, if I make it through this, I'm done. And she was done. To the point where she don't drive, she don't leave the house, she just go to church, like she just serve. And everybody be like, "Chat," almost said her name when she was growing up, honey. So it might have been that type of situation. Who are you looking forward to the Black Love Doc, Nams?
You already said it, Randall and Kurt.
Oh, them two you looking forward to?
Yeah, ones I'm looking for. I'm also looking forward to the lesbian couple because I don't know them. I seen the preview.
Maybe they just stay friend or something.
Yeah, I seen
or
the
maybe
previews.
they submitted.
So I'm interested to see who they are and hear their love story because it's all about diversity.
You're right. You don't hear a lot about Black lesbians' love stories, right? I think I hear more about like gay Black men and their love stories than I hear about Black women and their love stories. Can I have a confession. Okay. It's something I have to work through. You know how I say it's really hard for me to trust crafty colonizer, but particularly crafty women? I've lied. It's one person above that who I really don't trust, and I have to work through my biases. Okay. I don't trust Black women who date white women.
What?
I have to work through that. And
Where
I'm
does
just
come
in
from?
this to be honest. I don't know. It's something. I don't even think I've shared it with you, Nero.
No,
maybe
you haven't.
Nia, because me and Nia, we be sharing our deep darkest. Me and Nia be like, yeah, and we're the friends who will co-sign if you say something crazy. I'm like, yeah, it's okay though. I still love you. Like that's how me and Nia. Nia would be like, Nyambi, unpack that, and I ain't trying to unpack it right now. But I noticed in watching that, because when I seen the Black women, like I feel like I turned into an old 1950 Black grandma. I was like, oh yeah, I'm glad it's two sisters together. But I was like, where'd that come from, right? And then I was like, where did that come from? I was like, because you'd been mad it was a white woman. More than a Black man dating a white woman, right? More than that, right? That don't faze me. I don't flinch, right? But when I see a Black woman with a white woman, sis, I want to flash the camera. What is that from there?
I don't know where that's from. I'm just in shock and awe.
Why are you in shock and awe?
Because I don't know where that came from.
I think that's why me and Wanda go back and forth. Me and Wanda Sykes. I want to support her so bad, but it's like, sis, I can't. I can't give you all of me. I only can give you 80.
Because you married to that white woman.
Yeah. As a Black woman, shit, I couldn't imagine. Bye.
I cannot.
I'm unpacking. I'm gonna walk y'all.
All right. Are you gonna unpack this, or are you gonna just leave it?
I think I have. What? You don't think I've unpacked it?
Oh my God.
Y'all help me. Am I the only one who feel this way?
Probably not.
But it's like a very that's why I wanted to say it out loud, because it's a very undercover thing. Like usually I'm not undercover about shit, right? Like I'm very transparent on how I feel, why I feel it, when I feel it. But this is the one situation that I really don't have a lot to back it up.
You just like when I see a white woman and a black woman hold hands.
And it's nothing against the white woman, right? It's totally against the black woman. Nothing, right? I have no feelings for that white woman, right? I don't judge her. But that black woman, my mind is like processing.
You like these sisters out here that they be looking crazy when black and white woman.
Yes, but I don't feel that way when I see a black man and a white woman. That does nothing to me, right? I have no feelings about it. I'm actually want to thank her. Never mind. But I have nothing, right? But when I see a black woman and a white woman together, especially when that white woman had a black woman haircut, oh my God, Jesus. Oh my God. It bothers me.
I don't know where to go from here.
Let's talk about Mother's Day. Niram, you want to talk about Mother's Day? Shout out to all the mamas. I'm just speaking my truth. I'm working through it. It's not a good thing to do, but I'm working through it. I'm trying to unpack where it came. I need to figure out where it came from. I think that's the first step I need to do, is where did this come from? And then once I figure out where it come from, I'm sure it's not about the black woman or white woman. It's something I'm projecting. And I go from there.
So it's Mother's Day. Well, after y'all hearing this is after Mother's Day. So I just wanted to, celebrate all the moms out there and just, compliment y'all and say thank you for going through 50 hours of labor and all that other shit y'all be talking about.
Hours and 10 months being pregnant, almost 2 damn years and not having your body. Come on. And then also the mamas who didn't birth, right? Thank you, right? Because there's a lot of folks, a lot of women out there is being motherly, right, and nurturing, right? You don't have to necessarily physically give birth to be a mother, right? Spiritual mothers, you can be mothers professionally, right? I know it's some mothers out there professionally that done guided people. It's some mothers in the church, right? It's levels to this mother game.
So
because it takes a village.
It does take a village. So, shout out to the moms. I'm really not big on cards and things of that sort because I'm like, even though it's Mother's Day, I'm like, it's still a Hallmark holiday. Like, why I can't celebrate my mom?
Be full of shit. Niram loves a gift.
I do not.
Niram loves a gift. He be the last one to get a gift. Give a gift.
What you talking about? I buy everything I ever wanted.
Oh, my God. We'll unpack that.
So, anything else about Mother's Day?
What's your favorite memory of your mother?
That's a good question. Pass.
What?
You go first.
Me?
Yes.
Me and my mom got so many. I don't know. I think it's not necessarily a particular memory. It's just a feeling. I think I really enjoy. I remember when I was being younger, like when I was younger, in like my teenage years, like on Saturday nights, when we would just like maybe go grab something to eat, do a little window shopping, right? Go to the movie, just mother-daughter stuff, and just come back home and chill, right? Or we would just watch movies on the couch. Like I remember those types of memories, or when she was like making homemade hamburgers, right? Just that type of stuff, just being in the kitchen and just laughing at each other, right? Just really just having just quality time, kind of stuff we do now and there. I'm all about that quality one-on-one time. Like it doesn't have to be extravagant vacations or these huge gestures, right? But it's something as simple as I'm hungry. Like her calling me on her way home from work, like, I'm hungry. What you want to eat? Let's go get burgers. And she's like, I'll make some. And like literally coming home and just being in the kitchen, French fries, hamburgers, and just cracking up about the week. And watching a Lifetime movie and yelling at the screen to the white woman who about to get killed.
Oh my God. Y'all still do that?
Since I've been here, I haven't watched Lifetime in months, but since I've been here, I done turned that Lifetime on a couple of times. It'd be like The Dangerous Daughter. I'm like, ooh.
The Dangerous Daughter. Oh my God. I would say somewhat similar, but just the hustle my mom had. Like, she was a single mother. So after, her and my dad split, it was just me and her, and she had some things going on. She had a car accident that kind of put her out for work for a while, but, she still hustled. Like, so I remember times where we didn't have food. So my mom went to go be a lunch lady and brought home food from the cafeteria. So, like, that type of stuff is just being creative when it comes to, providing for your kids.
Yeah. Doing what you got to do, right? Yeah. I think that's the epitome of Black mothers, right? Doing what you got to do. I think that's one of the biggest lessons my mom's taught me. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
no matter in any situations, right?
Right.
So you know good, you're not too good to do whatever you have to do.
Right.
So
Right.
shout out to all the mothers and all the mothers that are listening, and also all our friends who are mothers too, right? We gotta, our crew is getting to the point now where there's more of our friends who have kids than don't.
Right.
Before it used to be so few that I can actually like highlight and send special gifts to them. But now,
right now it's too many of them shits now.
Yeah, that's a whole.
Speaking of that, let me send a text to my godson mama.
That's what I'm saying. It was too many of them.
It's two of them. It's too many of them.
I said I gotta just get y'all on your birthday.
Right. You ain't called me on Mother's Day.
It's so many. We be on the phone all day.
Right.
So, yeah, but yeah.
So shout out to him. You want to do one more topic before you head on out of here?
Okay. Oh wow, I'm rushing me.
No, I'm not rushing you, baby. I'm just saying. Do you got anything on This Is America? I know that came out. I know we haven't had a chance to talk about it.
This Is America to answer the question?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Actually, I don't have much on it. But yeah, This Is America by Childish Gambino. Like now, I know everyone done wrote their think pieces, but I'm just more concerned on like his dad bod.
What?
And it's attractive. I thought he was cute in that video. Childish Gambino, or he like to be called Donald Glover. What does he prefer?
I don't know.
In this instance, maybe Childish.
Childish Glover. Let's just add them both
Gambino.
together.
I don't. This is hard for me to really process or talk about because it's art, right? Mm-hmm. This is this man's interpretation of this song and how he feeling at this moment, and I don't got much to say. Mm-hmm. Like this is how he feel. And has he came out? Has he ever? Is he saying anything about it?
He probably hasn't.
Because that's what a true artist is gonna be like. It's up for interpretation.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, if it spoke to you, it spoke to you, and if it didn't, it didn't. Like I don't know why niggas be mad. Everything don't have to speak to everybody.
Do you have a favorite part?
I'm so pretty. Oh look, Darren wanted me to say something like with the shooting.
No, I'm just asking. What you had your favorite part?
I'm so pretty. Hey, I don't know when he do that. That's hilarious. I'm more here for like.
Oh, when he hit the spirit fingers, I was like, oh, look at that nigga with those spirit fingers.
I'm so pretty. I'm like, go on, sis. Yay. I mean, he could have had some trigger warnings in that video though. He could have warned that we was gonna be shooting niggas like that. I will. That was my critique. Like, you could have. Did he do a warning before the video started?
No.
Shit. You should have been like, graphic material coming, bitch.
Shit, America don't warn you about shit.
There you go. You and your think piece. You and your black academics. Y'all black academics took it to the point where y'all was looking at his pants talking about this with Confederate soldiers. I said, God damn. Y'all niggas is doing this.
I said, did y'all Google image search that?
What? I don't know. And I consider myself a scholar. And I don't even know how I would have got to that. Like it was, like I said, like some people needed it, some people don't. People have to realize just like in their Christian walk, people are different places in their wokeness walk, right? Mm-hmm. So if you just birthed into this woke movement, this video would speak to you, right? Mm-hmm. Like it would speak to you. It would give you verbiage and images to how you're feeling. But some of our old asses, we've been woke for a long time, and it's just another video, and that's fine. But you don't gotta take people joy.
Get your money, black man.
Get your money, because you see different things that stand out to me. Like you hear me, his moves and what he doing and his expressions, right? I see, of course, I see the stuff in the back and what's going on, but I don't need Childish Gambino to tell me that, right?
Yeah.
But some of the babies might, and that's okay.
I think one of the things that threw me off was that horse, that death on a horse. I said, "Oh shit, is that a horse?"
Yeah, I mean, it depends how you interpret it. Is it the apocalypse? You know what I'm saying? You know, Revelations, all that. Or that guy jumping off things. You know, we're talking about suicide. We're talking about people watching. We're talking about how we be cooning. You know, and I balance with that too. Shit, when do we get to the point where we laugh to keep from crying?
Right.
You know, shit. We can we celebrate? Can we do something? But I thought it was a decent video.
Yeah, I loved it. I actually look forward to more. I know. I thought he was retiring. Maybe not. I don't know.
He at the peak, honey. Him and Jordan Peele is at the peak of they black boy joy. They ain't going nowhere for 5-6 years. In Atlanta, we got to talk about Atlanta Wednesday.
Yeah, because I didn't even know there was 11th episode. I thought it stopped at 10.
Oh yeah, it was the season finale. And it was a little heavy.
It was heavy.
Like it made me a little uncomfortable at the end.
Well, the FUBU one was heavy too. Well, hell, all of them has some type of heavy shit to it.
Well, it's Robin season.
Yeah, it is.
But this is America. I know we're trying to stay focused. What else is it, Miriam? It's not. It was what it was. It just
Yeah.
wasn't for everybody, and that's okay. Like, Jesus. If
I
people want to
enjoyed it.
enjoy it, enjoy
Right.
it. If you did enjoy it, hit the channel. Turn the channel.
Right. Go
It's
somewhere
plenty
else.
of shit that be out here that I'd be like, y'all be standing for, and I'd be like, next. One example, Cardi B and Azealia Banks. Next. I'm not here for neither one of them. But y'all is just making this like it's a just epic dialogue, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the misspelled words and grammar on both of them.
Okay. Kitchen table talk.
Both of them. Azealia and Cardi B. Both of them have a seat. Azealia need therapy and Cardi need to be preparing for this child. Both have a lot to do. Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say now?
Would you like to talk about this kitchen table talk?
I feel like we didn't round out This Is Us. I'm sorry.
This is us.
Yes, we did. We did. That's
This
all
is
said.
us,
All said.
America. No,
Take away from This Is America. Take from it what you will. Even it's a good bop. Like, even if you don't have the visuals, the beat is sickening.
it is.
I
think it's a nice little bop to it.
Yeah.
And like whoever wrote that, like I know he wrote it and somebody else helped write it, but even the whole treatment of it was dope. So
even when they do that little tribal, I don't know if that's the appropriate word to say it. That yeah, you know, that's very continent, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like that influence.
Gotcha. So kitchen table talk.
Sure. As always, to submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, you can shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. That's blacklovematters@gmail.com, and that's black with no K. The subject is cubicle warrior advice. And the message says, we got this from, not this past Friday, but the previous Friday. Shout out Friday. It says, hey, I'm B. I'm a 1995 baby and need some advice. I've been touched by white hands down here in South Carolina. I graduated from undergrad a year ago, and I'm currently working as a cubicle warrior. And I hate it, LOL. This is definitely a job and not a career. I'm mostly surrounded by crafty colonizers, which is why I stay plugged in listening to y'all for 8 hours. I'm currently taking Uncle Niram's advice and applying to at least 10 jobs a week. I have a few questions. 1, what advice do you have for cubicle warriors? And 2, when it comes to getting job interviews, how do you go about going to them when you work a 9 to 5? Do you call out sick? Use vacation time? What's the best way to go about it? Thanks for your help, and I always laugh when y'all shade 1995 babies. We all aren't that bad. No, y'all ain't that bad. Especially these Silicon Valley 1998 kids, child. The way they cashing out. Cash out at the club. All right, now, I'm going to talk the first question. So what advice do you have for cubicle warriors? Because I think it's going to be different. So it depends on what style you prefer. Niram's or not.
I think, I don't know who I heard this from, but it kind of stuck in my head. It was somebody said about advice, and it was like, keep your head down. When you don't like the place, keep your head down, do your work. Don't make any friends and don't make any enemies. It's easier for you to transition that way.
Shut up. What the hell?
And I was like,
do it again. What'd you say? Keep your head down.
Keep your head down. Don't make any friends and don't make any enemies.
The Nyambi give you the more neutral. So I do think it's important as a cubicle warrior for you to remain neutral. I don't think making no enemies, making no friends. That's pretty extreme. But I would say remain neutral. Mm-hmm. So I think this is something as a cubicle warrior I had to remember to do. So I had to remember to do basic things. And it sounds simple, right? It's simple when you like what you're doing, but when you don't like what you're doing, you ain't going to do it. So I would say make sure you speak to everyone.
Yeah.
Like it's something to you will walk in that bitch and don't say a word.
To nobody. And everybody like, what the fuck is up with her? She's just hostile.
Yeah, so I will make sure at minimum you speak to every single person. So when you come in the morning, they should almost know what you're going to say. Good morning. Have a good day. Like make sure you're speaking to everyone. And then as far as office socialization, don't do it all. Every 3 things participate in. Mm-hmm. And I say do that, keep account. So it just depends how busy your office is. So if your office only does something like once a month, every once a quarter or something like that, like, you might have to do something once. I'm thinking of semesters. Like every 3 months, you should be participating in something with the office. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Because it's about, I'm assuming you're in corporate. So corporate culture, right? So you always want to come off as if you're a team player because somebody has to be your reference from there, right? So I would say, but you also come from an office that do something every week, right? And you're like, I'm not playing with them. If that's the case, you need to do something once a month, every other month, right? So figure out what the office norms and what y'all doing. And when I mean do stuff with the office, you know how sometimes they have like birthdays, or we're all going out to lunch, or we're all, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you participate in at least one of those, whatever you decide your cycle gonna be. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that right now?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So like, one of my office, they used to do coffee runs every day.
Yeah.
And I just leave the office, so everybody just go.
Everybody go.
And I don't even drink coffee, but sometimes I just go, just get some tea, just to save face. Because it's like, I don't drink coffee. Nira, you want some coffee? No, I hate coffee.
And that translates to I hate you.
Right. Nira never wants to go get coffee with us. That's where we do most of our ID share. And then they be coming up in the review, like,
Yes, and that's the thing. We don't want to. We're telling you this because we know it. We know you're going to hate it, but we're telling you this because of stuff we've experienced. You tell the truth, Nira, that shit will come up in your review.
It would. Nira, we usually have like these brainstorming ideas and sessions, and you never participate in them, so we just feel like you isolating yourself from the group. But did my work get done?
Yeah, but we're talking about culture and fit. So that's the biggest thing, because I'm assuming, since you're doing your job, right? I'm assuming that you don't have no problem with your job and meeting the matrices, right? But what the crafty colonizers don't tell you, that's only 50% of your job. The other 50% is about culture and fit. Yeah. And what we're trying to help you navigate on is that idea of culture and fit. So make sure you do that, especially around the holidays. Like, when they start doing them whack ass white elephants gifts, just go to the dollar store, go to Marshall's, sis. My signature white elephant gift is a mug, a coffee mug with a $5 gift card to some coffee shop in it, and some candy.
And they love it.
They be like, oh my God,
this is amazing.
So make sure you do that. What advice do you have? Other cubicle warrior type stuff. When they're going to ask you questions about you, try to keep that limited. The way I always bounce that question is ask them questions about them. So they ask you something about yourself, give a real short answer, then quickly ask them about them.
So what about you?
Find out about them. Like, that's the biggest thing. Because sometimes you be like, Jesus, I don't want to talk to them. Don't. Just let them talk.
Because people like talking about themselves.
So, yes.
So if you get the right question, they'll talk for years. And now you're going to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. They're like, what about you? Oh, I just did this, but I want to hear more about da-da-da.
That's swerve.
So I recommend doing that. You said it's a job, it's not a career. So I would say, certain questions you can ask your manager to kind of, if you want to navigate within that field, but that's not something you necessarily have to do if that's not, you want to go up in ranks. I think the biggest thing is to be present. And that's hard. And
I think that is hard, like being present, because I know for me, for something I don't like, Nim's checking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Nobody's home. The lights are on, but nobody's home.
Yeah. And if you want to do something real, like and this is only if you really trying to make up for the team, right? If you really been super disconnected, something that I do on my birthday is usually bring in. This is what Niram does on his first day. I do this on my birthday. Like, I bring in folks stuff. I'm like, oh, it's my birthday. I brought in cupcakes. And people are like, oh my God.
Miami brought in cupcakes on her birthday?
What? Like, it's just little things like that the colonizers enjoy, right? And going from there. But I think it's the biggest thing to be present. And like, we have a lot of ideas, but I think the biggest first step is saying hello and goodbye.
Yeah.
And you'll be amazed on how energy would change. If you just be like, good morning, so-and-so, it's good to see you.
Yeah. Even if you hate that person.
Even if you hate them. That's even advice I give to like graduate students. Like, you have to go to your advisor. Like, you have to, even if you like, child, can't stand seeing them. I don't like looking at them. You have to make sure you're present, right?
Yeah, but I also think that's like part of Black culture. That hell, you speak to everybody in the house.
Yeah, but it's hard to speak to them when they be on that bullshit.
Yeah.
But I'm just here to work. I'm here to collect my check. To leave me alone. So that's my advice. Start with hello, and then if you get through hello, then start doing the other stuff. But I will say the basic is hello and goodbye. With a smile. Put your warrior paint on. You going up there fighting a battle. You put your war paint on.
Right.
War paint is hello, good morning.
Yeah.
The second question, when it comes to getting interviews, how do you go about them? And when you work a 9 to 5, do you call out sick, use vacation time? What's the best way to go about doing it? First of all, don't tell them.
Don't tell them you going on no damn interview. You're sick, your dog sick. It's a family emergency. Like I was saying in the last episode, one of the things I always say is, like even if it's a phone interview, I step away and be like, "Oh my God, my house alarm just went off. I got to go check out the house."
Yeah, or oh my goodness, or I say someone keeps calling. They just keep calling. I use Niram. I said Niram keeps calling me back to back. I need to step off and take this really quick, and then go to your car because then they understand like, oh my goodness,
Oh,
oh, her partners keep calling her,
all right, what's
and they
going on?
understand when you have to step away, right?
Yeah.
When someone's calling you repeatedly, yeah, especially if it's like a 30-minute to an hour. Yeah, I would just step away.
And
I'll be
then
back.
I think the other thing is we talked
Go
about
to your
this.
car, go somewhere
Yeah,
private.
go to your car, go to private. But if it's like an on campus, try to do it like first thing in the morning or or later in the day so you can leave early. So if you got like a flex schedule, you might have to come in at 7 a.m. to leave at 3 or something like that. Or, stay at 6 when you look coming in at 9 or something like that. So I think that's a good thing to do.
Or pin it to a long weekend. So if it's an all day thing, like do a Monday or Friday, and it's easier. Like when you put in those type of days, they're like, I think I'm gonna do. I don't know what type of job you got. I don't know if you have a job where you just be like, I'm not coming in. Don't ask me. Or they be like, well, what's the reasoning?
Right.
And I think sometimes when you do that Monday or Friday, you can be like, oh, I'm just looking for a long weekend to kind of recoup.
And they be like, oh,
Like that's
okay.
a simple. You know what I'm saying? Compared to just a Wednesday in the middle of the week, right? Because some companies, why are you taking off? And you're like, what the fuck? Because
none of your damn business,
bitch.
nigga. I need a personal off day.
Yeah, and if you have companies where you don't have to explain, just do whatever day you have the least amount of workload and just take it off, and it ain't none of their damn business why you taking it off. But if you have a company that prides a little, cup it to that Monday or that Friday, and be like, I think I'm gonna just do a long weekend and just focus on some personal and professional development.
Yeah, and then when you come back, well, how was your long weekend? Oh, I watched TV. I did some Netflix. I did a little journaling.
Right. Compared to when you leave in the middle of the week, people are like, is everything okay? You weren't here yesterday.
Right.
And if you like me, it's hard to get the line.
I hate y'all niggas. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, that's my that's my advice. But keep us updated and continue to apply for that job. Start utilizing LinkedIn a little bit more, and be intentional with your search. And good luck. All right, you closing us out on there?
So that was a good episode. As always, to submit your Black Love Story, go to blacklovematters.com/love story. To submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. To leave a comment about anything that we talked about, head on over to that website at Black Love Matters. We also got that SoundCloud. That's at Black Love Matters and okay. And we got that voicemail at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. We also got that merch. Check out blacklovematters.com/shop. We got all types of new stuff over there. Crafty coffee mug, Civil Rights Black, Continent Black. We got onesies and all that other stuff. And we'll talk to y'all later. And remember, love is ever evolving.
Peace.
Peace.